to anyone. Don't lose out on potential leads or customer inquiries. With our service, you'll never have to worry again about valuable leads slipping through your fingers. All of your missed calls will get an immediate response, meaning more conversions and higher customer retention rates. Plus, this automated process takes no time at all for you. Just turn it on and forget about it. Sign up now to start using missed call text back today.
Reach your leads anywhere, anytime with GetZot Connector. As a marketer, you're always looking for new and innovative ways to reach your audience. However, with so many devices and social media platforms available, it can be a challenge to connect with your leads and potential customers effectively. This is where GetZot Connector app comes in. With our all-in-one marketing solution, you can engage with your leads on any device and through various channels quickly and easily. Let's take a closer look at how GetZot Connector can help you connect with your customers, improve response rates, and grow your business. GetZot Connector is a full-featured mobile app that connects you with your leads and customers through various channels like Phone Connect, voicemail drops, SMS, MMS, emails, and Facebook Messenger. This means you can engage with them on any device and through multiple channels, which is essential to effectively reach your audience in today's digital landscape. One of the best things about GetZot Connector is that it allows you to create multi-channel campaigns that are tailored to the specific needs of each subscriber. Your own AI bot to easily craft messages that resonate with your audience and increase response rates. Whether it's using Phone Connect to follow up with a lead, sending a personalized text message, or
the voice of the people on 99.1 FM, WJM 99 Jams the Bird, Carafesta Radio, King Jab, and Dream the Jeweler, the voice of the people. Join us, 727-637-2416. That's call in and join us on this amazing Thursday, 727-637-2416. Today we are joined in the studio live and in effect with our brother Royce, the man Wheeler. Hit us up. Make sure you get it. That number again is 727-637-2416. And follow us. Give us a like, share us, and comment on our Facebook page. King Jab, what you got for us today, sir?
Oh, man, we in it. We in it. How y'all doing today? H-Ring, bring us down the headphones a little bit. That's the problem. On the knob right there. No, a little bit up. Yep. There we go. All right. Hey, man, how y'all doing up there? That work out better for you guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, I got a special guest in here, man. My main man, Royce. What it is, Pinellas High School Media Group.
Yes, sir.
Hey, if you haven't seen or heard, I don't know what kind of algorithm you got, you know what I mean? But doing a lot of groundwork and footwork in our high school football. High school sports realm, because y'all did a really great job doing basketball season.
Yes, sir.
Y'all really did a great job doing basketball season. So we in here, we gonna get to the interview with my main man Royce, because we go back, man. I want to tell y'all about a post that he just put up recently. But before we go any further, I want to bring back one of my favorite segments with my brother Donnie.
That's it.
Hey, man, what is it? Hello from around the world?
Good morning from around the world. Good morning, guys. You know, we're international brothers, man, and we run this thing worldwide. Those who were before us paved the way, so we don't have to do anything local now. We can hit it from all over the world. We want to say to our listening audience, thank you so very much for having us in your homes, in your cars, or wherever you may be listening to this broadcast. And we want to tell you good morning. So in the English-speaking world, particularly in the West, we'll just say good morning to you, right? But if we hop over to Europe, let's go over to Western Europe, right? First place we're going to get to is we're going to get to Portugal, and they're going to say bom dia, all right? And if we hop over from there, we go a little bit east of there, we get to Spain, and they're going to say buenos dias. Or when we were living in, that's it. When we were living in Madrid, they would just say hola bueno, because they was on their way moving, right?
Like, hello, good morning.
That's it.
Okay.
You get top of the morning to you. That's what you usually get when you get into the British Isles. And then if you hop across the English Channel, you'll get bonjour. Right? So let's get all funky with it, man. When you go into the Dutch-speaking and German-speaking world, you'll get guten Tag. Right? Guten Tag means good day. You go down from Switzerland into Italy, you'll get buongiorno. But if you hop over to Sicily, that little small place, buongiorno, right? But when you hop over to that small place called Sicily and Sardinia and southern parts of France, you get buongiorno. they'll turn the J into an I, and they'll turn it from buongiorno to buongiorno. And then if you hop over, let's over to Asia. Let's hop over to the place we're having a little friction at right now, North Africa, the Middle East. They would tell you Sabah Khair, which the response will be Sabah Khanur. Sabah Khair means morning of light, or they may just tell you Assalamu alaikum. And if you go over to our Hebrew-speaking areas, not only Israel, but our Hebrew-speaking areas in Ethiopia, they will tell you Shalom Aleichem. So let's bounce on down the African continent very quickly while we have an opportunity. Brother John likes to stop in South Africa, and they will say Shawbana. But they will say in East Africa, if you're speaking Kiswahili, they will say Habaragani. And if we hop over to the West Africa, to my ethnic group, they will say Amase. So you have all of these beautiful groups saying good morning to you. If you hop over to China, they'll tell you ni hao. And if you hop over to Japan, they'll tell you oh hi yo. And because this earth is a beautiful sphere, man, moving at the rate it is moving, all 196,940,000 square miles of this planet, we tell you good morning. That is from Caracas, Venezuela, Bogota, Colombia, Quito, Ecuador, Lima, Peru, La Paz, Bolivia, Santiago, Chile, Buenos Aires, Argentina, Montevideo, Uruguay, Asunción, Paraguay, Brasilia, Brazil, all of the parts of Suriname and the Caribbean and Haiti. They will tell you Sapase, and you will say Nabule, right? Yeah. And that brings us right back to Florida. What's happening?
Hey, and if you're on the compound or you in prison, they gonna say child time. Right.
Right on.
Look, gangsta, hey, speaking of that, real quick, I had to shoot up the Lakewood yesterday situation with my little cousins. They didn't got into a fight, them Sarasota boys over here with them hands.
Yeah. Legendary.
Hey, listen. If your sons can't fight, leave the little country boy alone now. Yeah, man. So, and they don't put the hands, so it got to, they wanted to get into the gunplay, man. And I had to, it's crazy. I had to, well, they was really just trying to get home. They was, they were being aggressed against, but I still had to give them the story, let them understand that these young men out here stuck in this realm where they want to kill people. Or I'm finna up 5, 15, 16 years old. And the main reason why you want to up your fire and kill somebody is because you can't fight. But when you kill someone, I'm going to talk to the parents this time. I ain't going to talk to the kids. But when your son kills someone and he goes to that Florida state prison system, at that tender age of 16, 17, 18, 19, your son has now become your daughter. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
Because you can't defend yourself. Moving right on along.
I can personally speak on that because my brother, 16 years old, is to the exact same situation, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Same situation, bro. Just not thinking. Not thinking at all, man. So and this is back in 91, 92.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? So
I had to grow up fast,
so
man.
I can't even fathom, what I'm saying, the thoughts that was in his mind at 17 years old, getting sentenced to 45 years. Back then, it would have been like that, but getting sentenced to 45 years.
Terrified.
I couldn't even imagine the thoughts that was going through his mind, bro. So yeah, I encourage you to think clear. Think 3 times, kids. 3 times before you do anything. That's what I tell my son.
Right on.
Speaking of going to jail, because in this situation, I would have probably just told him, give me my roll of toilet paper. Hey, man, let me get my toilet paper, man. I'm going to go over here in this corner, man. I already know what it... All right. The story of the father whose daughter was getting bullied, and him and his brothers went and jumped the other father of the child that was being bullied. What's up, Brother Johnny? What you think about this, man? Okay. I'm going straight to you.
So here we go. Well, I got an interesting insight on this because I had a very similar situation, except it wasn't myself being bullied by a child my age. It was myself being bullied by a PE coach in elementary school. Now, for those who do not know, I am Donnie the Second.
Okay.
That means that my father, I am the son. The only before me there was one, and I am his son.
The real Mufasa.
Right. So
The
the original king, the original king, right? The big lion. Well, my father has been a very interesting force in my life, in as much as he set the pace so that I never felt like I needed the leadership of another man, because my father set it out. Oh, but elementary school, Mr. Petsakoff. I got to call his name out. Mr. Petsakoff, if you still listen, you still alive, you remember how you screamed and ran. Man, my pops and my uncle JC, two hardcore, 100% Jordan Park raised FOI. Man, they pulled up. And I don't know how my dad managed to get.
Stop. FOI?
Come on, man.
S1W?
100%, bro. And they the original. Right. They was Elijah's FOI. Like, they were the original ones, right? So they stepped down hard, man. I'm in class in elementary school. Okay. We out in the field about to get the count going on. I've been complaining about this man, complaining about this wood for months. Pops, he keep messing with me. My dad ain't give me no warning whatsoever, man. I looked up, man. I saw that grade 4 F-150. My pops and my uncle straight bum rush the fence, bruh, on the PE field. And that saltine screamed, man, and cried like a pit boy. That saltine screamed like a draw was on fire, man. Call the cops! Call the cops! Call the cops! So all I can say is this. When I'm speaking to that, big brother, all I can say is this, is that my father stepped down on him because he was bullying. My father ain't see absolutely no alternative. So I can't say what that dad did was right or wrong. I don't think he should have jumped him. I don't think him and his brother should have jumped him. I think my pops would have served that dude if he wouldn't have ran. I think the dude know that too. That's why he ran. But I don't know, man. I think that's a very interesting thing. It's kind of sensitive.
Hey, man.
King wasn't playing.
I don't know, bro. I put myself in the one. Well, it's two. Well, first of all, y'all jumped on me, bro. It's all hands off, man. Ain't really nothing else to talk about. What I said before I went outside. The back of the house on fire. Y'all might well come on out the front. Man, hey, man, it's hey. Listen, just leave us Geminis alone. Take a lesson from Drake, man. Like, you know, we going all the way. But then I put myself in the father in the place of my daughter being bullied, and I'm reaching the channels, and I done spoke to you, and we done had the parent teacher conference.
Right on.
And even in the parent teacher conference, he said that the little girl was just rude then. So, you know what I mean? But I don't think he should have been the one to take this to social media with his Keith Lee interpretation. That was sucker, bro. Oh, we just went to the little girl. We just jumped.
She ain't on Instagram.
Yeah.
Gonna watch this.
Because you say you taught her a lesson about bullying and jumped her father, but you taught your daughter a lesson that you
don't say
I can't. You ain't have you showed your daughter you soft, my brother.
Hey, you think he thought he could take the dude one-on-one?
I don't. That was another interesting.
That's the part, because it's obvious they met in this conference.
Yeah,
because I've been in that situation, dog. I've been in that situation where a young boy hit my daughter. I was in that situation. A young boy hit my daughter, and my mind was already set when I went to the conference. Like, okay, depending on how they act, is how I'm gonna tell this little boy. Like, listen, you touch my daughter, I'm gonna touch your parent. So I had it already in my mind in that conference. I remember it. So they already seen each other. So the fact he jumped up, I think that, and I thought about that. I was like, he had to have seen him at that conference or whoever, seeing the way that child is. It was like, okay, that child probably a reflection of their parent. Mm-hmm. Let me go ahead and let me go ahead and boot up and be ready. So that's what I'm, because. Bro, I thought the exact same thing. Like, man, wow, like you was ready to jump them. Like y'all came ready to jump. Like, yeah, they met before. So yeah, behavior, it was learned behavior. And it was some intimidation, because he probably met the father. Was probably like, yeah, we gonna have to handle this cat. You know what I'm saying?
That was a conference. They had a group chat.
So you know, the dad probably was surprised. Like that man probably got jumped, man, and probably was like, "Dang, you seen me before? Like, why wasn't that then?
Why wasn't the fella,
you know, like, man, I'm just walking to school, pick up a jet up. You yelling at me. I got 3 dudes yelling in my face. And
a group chat talking about y'all made it here yet? What y'all? I ain't gonna get out the car yet,
bro. Yeah, so I think there was a lot of pieces to that, bro. We ain't hear about, man.
When homeboy saw the bully parent, his heart started pumping Kool-Aid, bro. He realized he said, man,
we finna get out.
You see, y'all man. Y'all hear yet? Y'all hear yet? You hear?
Well, listen. Well, you showed your daughter the most feminine side of yourself, my brother.
But what if he'd have jumped? What if we wouldn't have jumped and we got whooped, bro? That would have justified.
It would have been him defending his daughter. You know, at the end of the day,
I knew I was gonna lose my brother right there.
At the end of the day, I can't, bro. You did what you were supposed to do. I respect any man, bro. That bro. Like we man, bro. You handled it. You protected your family, dog. You did what what I'm saying. You're supposed to do. I just think
it ain't. Your daughter, if you lose on the head up, it ain't. Well, my wife gonna slide me.
I'm telling you, bro, that's what you gotta think. You gotta think
in front of your child, dog. That's
think
a tough
about it, bro. That mean the bully was right the whole time. When the bully was right, all y'all punks. The bully was right the whole time. If you got up there, yes, sir.
And he thought about that. When he called his brothers in. He thought about all that when he called his brothers in. He thought about all that, dog.
Man, the fact that
but the video thing was weird, man. Cause I'm like, man, this kid's 7 years old. They ain't got no Instagram. Ain't gonna ever probably see this tape. You could probably go to jail. You know what I'm saying? Went on these people. I'm just thinking about all these little different things that this video could bring.
You gave me a clear visualization of who I need to be looking for.
Like that video could bring so many problems to his daughter now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Outside of that, you know what I'm saying? So those are the things that got to be thought about as well. Man.
He was beating his chest though, like somebody who would get his brother to jump somebody he can't whoop. He was beating his chest like that.
But see, it's the thing about it, bro. As the only child, I was already ready for that.
Gotta be.
Hey, bro, I already know your brother coming, so I'm only gonna give you part A, B, C, D, E, F, G. What you gonna see your brother go be?
Episode 1. Episode 1 of the whole series.
When I turn up at night, it's gonna be on your brother. Don't you worry about it. Hey, man, we gotta. I don't see us live on Facebook. Maybe I'm missing something.
We're live on YouTube right now. The Facebook wasn't working. My apologies.
Okay,
I'll put it on. I'll get it on Facebook later.
Okay, thank you very much. We got a segment, Brother Donnie, man. Let's run the segment so we can go on to our interview.
Okay, yes, sir. The segment that Brother King Jab, I want to first bring a lot of thanks to my big brother King Jab, to Dream the Jeweler, for giving me the opportunity to reach back. Lately, I've been relatively quiet on social media because my education focus has basically put me everywhere but social media. As an educator, as a professional educator, somebody who does this for a living, sometimes it's very difficult to maintain an internet presence and to maintain an actual physical classroom presence. It's not because one is contradictory to the other. It's just because sometimes, you teach out. You have a lot of teaching and you got to refresh. So I think the Voice of the People is the only place that you're going to find this. Brother King Jab reached out to me and said, we have a large voting block that we are addressing, that listen to us, that follow us, that understand what's going on, that support us in this. And Brother King Jab brought to my attention, he said, it'll be a good thing if we have an informed public. And it's really the job of the fourth estate of media to make sure that you have an informed public that can make informed public decisions. We got an election year coming up, y'all. And this election year is very vital for us to be conscious. Our governor, their governor, Ron DeSantis, made the statement. He said, Florida is where woke goes to die. Said it again. He said, Florida is where woke goes to die.
Well, he said climate control ain't real today.
It makes you think. So I thought about it. I said, well, what does he mean by woke? Because he didn't give a definition of it when he said woke. So I said, okay, well, if you don't define something, then that means I have the ability to define it independently. So I use woke as consciousness. So as we progress into becoming a people who are more politically conscious, we have to understand the role of critical consciousness. Now, when I use that term and going forward, this would be educational, small educational blurb that's placed into this amazing show. But as I use that term, political consciousness, you'll also hear me use the term critical consciousness. But I'm going to define everything I use, bro, because the people learn best by participation and activation. They learn best by getting into it rather than theorizing about it. But critical consciousness describes how oppressed and marginalized people learn how to critically analyze their social conditions and how to act to change them. Critical consciousness consists of critical reflection, political efficacy, and the critical mode of action. Now, knowledge, which is critical consciousness, being awake, being quote unquote woke, and its component parts help us as political practitioners and as scholars to facilitate the process and expand the understanding of where we are. It's called social positionality, meaning where you fit in society. Now, critical reflection refers to a social analysis and a moral rejection of societal inequalities, wherever those inequalities exist, be they social, economic, racial, ethnic, gender inequalities, anything that constrains well-being and well-being and human agency, right? Those are the critically reflective views that we're going to work on and we're going to push through as we work through this part of understanding political consciousness when we talk about the things that are going on in this election season in our community, micro level, and in the world on a macro level. So critical consciousness, you can look, I want you, everyone who can, look up the term. And when you look up the term, you understand that there's a broad view of activism that comes from critical consciousness, but it's a mindset. It's a mindset that's based on critically thinking about and critically analyzing everything that exists in your social, economic, and geographic purview. That means everything that happens in your home and outside your home, you need to think about. Because as you think about it, you need to find like-minded people, organize with those like-minded people, and then you can make moves towards active changing of the guard. So I'm going to be very, very brief when I say this, but I really want us to really think about the fact that it's our job to be the solutions to our problems. It's our job to be the solution to our political problems. We give birth to the solutions to our problems. No one else is going to do that with us, to us, or for us. That's the only thing that we're responsible for as responsible human beings. But that all begins with political literacy. So as King Jab, as Dream the Jeweler, as I'm sure our brother Royce here would definitely agree, we have to start reading and thinking critically. And the voice of the people, this is just an introduction, the voice of the people will be an educational resource so that we can think critically, not only about the politics that face us, but about the political candidates who say that they're running on our behalf. So tune in. We've got this thing down. King Jab is an activist. The Tampa Bay Breakfast Club crew is an activist. Dreamer Jeweler, Brother Royce is an activist. I'm the intellectual gangster. We're going to get on top of their heads. We're going to learn this thing. We're going to raise the political consciousness, and we're going to cause a change in our political environment.
Man, thank you so much for that.
Thank you, brother.
Because you explained the conversation we had. And the most important thing about that is I want our people to be informed.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to use this platform to inform the people. And I'm not just going to go to the city council. We're going all the way down the line from the judges, school board,
Yes,
amendments, propositions, whatever on the ballot. We're going point for point, and we're going to give you the pros and cons, and we want you to make a critical, educated decision.
Yes, sir.
We are okay. So I invite all political candidates to our platform. Please come here to reach the people. Be prepared to put out a small donation, because we ain't gonna give you no free coverage. And right now my call out is for those in District 7.
Okay.
I had Dan Soren on butchering this man's name. Sorry, Dan.
It's Dan, yeah.
Yeah,
So, Dan, yeah, Dan Sorensen.
But we got 2 other candidates in District 7, and I'm starting here first because that's where I vote at. So I would invite you to come on, go into your little campaign funds. Let's do it. Please come here prepared to lay your platform out.
Yes, sir.
Because we meats and potatoes, man. So don't bring us no toppings. We don't care about that. All right, man. We're gonna slide up out of that, man. We got a very special guest in here, and I heard my brothers on the Breakfast Club said that or the first person I heard say this was actually my sister Consuela. Collaboration over competition.
Shout out to the family.
And I heard the Breakfast Club saying that, we need to invite more platforms on our platform so that the platforms can cross-pollinate.
Right on.
You know what I mean? We ain't trying to, hold nobody in no. So this is a very special group for me because I follow the group, Pinellas High School Media Group.
Yes, sir.
And they cover a lot of the sports. So our representative here from Pinellas High School Media Group is none other than Mr. Royce Willer. They call me the tax man. I call him the tax man too.
Right.
Very good friend of mine. He just literally put up a post that really put me back into, like how we said, collaboration over competition as on how we first met. And I don't know if you know this, brother Donnie, but I was right across the street. I had been in the game for a couple of years. I seen them open up right there next to Brainstorm.
Mm-hmm.
Brainstorm, a partner. I'm over there talking to Brainstorm. I said, let me stick my head in the door. Hey, man, what's going on? Quick conversation. As you know me from dealing with me, it just came out, hey, man, this is what I learned. Avoid this. You'll be all right. Let's go.
Right on.
You know what I mean? You avoid this here, you'll be all right. Let's go. And it was that was back then. Even right now to this day, man, it's still alley-oop. Hey, man, I can't handle this ego. You know what I mean? So we got Royce here, Pinellas High School Media Group. We gonna start right off with our Lakewood Spartans tonight, playing none other than the Sarasota. Right. But this is Lakewood. Please, y'all can't lose to Sarasota. I gotta go over there, man. I got family from over there.
Mm. That's a daunting task, ain't you?
Man, listen here. We actually looking. We gonna be a little surprised. Yeah. Oh, we got a caller, y'all.
Much better. We looking much better.
You want to speak? We call him.
Yeah, Donald Bill.
Hey, man. We only got one line, bro.
It's like that. It's like that.
Go right in this
like
one
that,
here,
man.
man.
It's like that, man.
So we start right at Lakewood, man. Give us a quick assessment and then tell us exactly what y'all do.
All right. So well, I'll start what we do, then we'll go into the assessment. So it's Pinellas High School Media Group. We've been doing this for about 3 years where we started off covering football. If you look at our logo, it's from Terrell Crosby, Sincere Lee from Clearwater, and then Mr. Glenn Edwards from Gibbs. He's in our logo. Those first 2 players were, our top players at the time. So that's kind of how we started it off. So we started off 3 years, but before that, I had been doing some stuff with I actually helped start the Inside Sports with Philly Haywood. Then I did the Edstone Sports thing with Corey and Phillips. So I had been building that up in the background. I didn't put my face in front of it because I didn't want to be in front of it because I honestly know how people are at that time. People, we know how support is. Even though as kids, we still know how people are. So I just kind of wanted to work in the background, man. And then some things didn't happen how I like. I'm very aggressive when I step into something like I don't have to do anything. So I just told him like, hey, man, we finna start this Pinellas High School Media Group. Y'all want to come on. The thing about it is, of course, it's free work. A lot of people didn't believe in it, whatever, but I already knew just from seeing how we built the 2 platforms up before, because with Edstone and Inside Sports, these were monetized platforms. We got the followers up. The people were seeing it. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't nothing to just just continue to put the effort forward. And this was my way to give back to the community. I literally decided, like, okay, if I'm gonna give back to the community, this is it. I'm not gonna be going around different events doing all this. This is gonna be it right here. So I decided that 3 years ago, and in the last 3 years, we have blown up. We're on Twitter, we're on Facebook. It's much harder to get followers on Facebook than it was back then, because back then we had 5,000-6,000. We're probably at 1,000 now, but the shares are crazy. We're getting 30 to 40,000 views on some posts and all of that. So we are growing. So it's just a platform. It's we are not getting paid. I have an assistant that was already working with me. She helps me out. We got Mr. Green, David Green from Green Zone Preps, who helps out. We got Frank Lane. He used to play for Dunedin. He went to University of Cincinnati. He's out there in North County. And pretty much, man, our first year was trying to get the coaches on board. Now we have it to where it's nothing but a phone call. Hey, we coming. The players are ready. Like, they be dressed up ready. Like, it is grown, man. And I'm happy to see that it's manifested like that, because that's really was the goal at the end of the day. It wasn't the money, because eventually we'll get there. But it was just, this was my giving to the community, because that's what I am. But this is my official 1,000% way. So that's pretty much where we at right now.
Oh man,
Outstanding.
So it's you guys cover so much. You guys do a lot. And I heard 2 or 3 things what you said. It was the 3 years of building the brand, so that when you make the phone call, people are like, hell yeah, I do it. You know what I mean? That's very important. I see what I want to see is more player interviews. I wanted to venture into getting more feet on the ground and get more highlights. And I think that this was actually something that I was speaking about with our coaching staff. For one, anybody with a camera get on the sideline now. You don't even know who the hell these. Boy, you walk out there with a camera in the backpack, man, you on the sideline. You don't even know the hell these people is. You don't know what they doing with your intellectual property.
Yes, sir.
Situation where we had a picture go viral that we didn't own.
That's the truth. What I mean? Which sense, King Jab? Yeah. Sense. Not only is that picture owned, but that picture is copywritten, and that picture can be used for the positive promoting of the athlete who's in that picture. But we caught it early. We nipped that one in the bud, because that could have easily been propagated, and against an up and coming amazing athlete, that could have easily been propagated and used as an opportunity for other people.
And it's crazy you say that. We just Green just told me he got some paperwork from a picture with dress. Somebody hit him up like, hey, damages. And they want money.
Oh yeah.
They hit bro. They hit bro.
All you can really do is send a cease.
And it wasn't Jurassic himself. It was the person who took the picture. We just put it on the site promoting him. It wasn't our picture.
Yeah. See that
it was a lesson learned.
So that's why we gotta get the right people on the sidelines.
Lesson learned.
And we gotta coordinate that between all our high schools. Just stop letting anybody out there on that sideline.
And we have a new athletic director in Pinellas County, and he had a talk with us about that last night. It's crazy you say that. And yeah, he's pretty much, they have somebody with security where you're going to have to go through level 2 background, fingerprinting.
Shout out to Agape Souls. You can book us through bioinformation management systems for your level 2 background check. Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah. So level 2 background check. They're going to really start doing that. Like, it's crazy. Less than 24 hours ago, we had that conversation. So that part is going to die down. You know what I'm saying? They're going to make you jump through some hoops to get on that sideline. You know what I'm saying? So that part is eventually going to die down a lot. You know what I'm saying? And so that is going to be. So of course, like you said, we got to go through the proper channels to be able to get on the sideline. But the goal is to, of course, bring things back like we used to have with Bright House, Channel 47, that we used to have with the Tampa Bay Times, where the kids used to wake up on a Friday morning and you're going to see in the back of the newspaper the stats from the high school players. You're going to see a feature, You're going to see what's going on. You're going to have that. You're going to have that in the back of that newspaper every single Friday. Every summer, you're going to have a preview of all the teams. So we're working on that right now. That's why we've been at every school. We're trying to do. So we're trying to bring back every single thing that we can to make sure that the players are seen and to do things correctly. So but yeah, those are the things they're going to definitely be cutting down on because anybody could get on the sideline, bro. All you got to do is stay on
that with a Polaroid.
For real though, man, straight up, man.
Brother Royce, can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
A lot of I just need your perspective on this. A lot of individuals are very critical of American African communities' investments into athleticism and into sports. And I think it's because their view is so myopic. All they see in sports is the actual game. They don't see the individuals who sacrifice their lives to produce better men and women who go on to produce better leaders, better citizens, long, lifetime, lasting relationships. But more than that, sports offer us something that the American African community doesn't get a lot. A rule book, a decided understanding of what is fair and unfair, and an officiating crew that works to enforce the rules, meaning an even playing field. So if you gave that same even playing field in English education, the same even playing field in foreign language studies and economics and in manufacturing and production, you'll find the same investment. So it's really more of a critique on society that marginalized communities like American African communities can invest so much into athletics, which we don't do it disproportionately at all. We actually don't have the numbers to do it disproportionately. It's just more seen because we're more dominant, because we're just magical people. We're amazing human beings. But could you explain very briefly through your interaction the process of support that it takes to produce the kind of results that make people want to come every year and sign their young ones up?
Oh man, that's the type of support. So you're asking the type of support that's needed to continue people who want to come out and play sports, or
that you've seen the experiences that you've had, your experiential knowledge on what you've seen in the sacrifices that everyday people make that never get seen.
Oh yeah.
In order to make this thing a reality.
Oh man, I mean, and it's different across every school is different. Like you have those brothers over at Gibbs. They really had to break down to me how, and I saw this with Lewis. When Lewis came into Gibbs, his main goal was to hire coaches that are going to be on campus. That was important because you have to reach these players outside of football.
Yes.
Then it became a thing where I was speaking with one of the coaches. He was like, he gets paid. His check and more goes to make sure the kids get home. A lot of kids don't have clothes. A lot of the kids wasn't coming to school to play sports because they didn't have the clothes to come to school.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? They stand with their grandparents. They have to work. They have to do all of those things. That's Gibbs versus, CCC, Calvary,
right,
those type of things. So that, there's specific challenges at every school, even like Lakewood, with all of the winning they've done, they should not have any challenges. They bring the people, playoff games, all of that, you know what I'm saying? But, there's still those social challenges, you know what I'm saying? Kids coming to school hungry.
Come on now.
Kids coming to school hungry. And now the coaches at the school, the coaches go be there. So, honestly, they might depend on, like, hey, man, they already got in their mind, they finna ask the coach for something to eat when they get there.
Well,
they
that's crazy.
already got it in their mind.
When I was taking peanut butter and jelly to the portables?
Yeah, man. Yeah,
man, listen, y'all just peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Y'all do it.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So
coaching sacrifice.
There's so many challenges, man. Like I coached the ACA last year.
Mm-hmm.
What I got paid was triple what the Pinellas County coaches got paid. And it's crazy. They getting this private money, but I was feeding the kids and I was doing that, man. In the back of my mind, I'm thinking like, man, like these I thought about these cats at Gibbs. I thought about how they have low numbers, how they have all of this stuff, man. And it's just all really the challenges of society, man, because you can't just wake up and just go to school, go to practice, and go home. These kids they can't do that. It's not an easy thing to do, and it wasn't easy back then, but it was much easier, man. The economy is tough. These parents aren't. These kids these aren't first generation problems, man. It's really second generation. My generation was the problem. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's really second generation problems, man, that just needs to be fixed, man. So it's a lot of challenges for these kids to just get up and play and focus. You know what I'm saying? Some of these kids, I've seen kids who have it together, who when it's time to get those scholarship offers, the coaches asking for their paperwork, and these kids aren't signed up with the NCAA clearinghouse and they coaches ain't even told them about the NCAA clearinghouse. Have no idea. Now I got to tell the parent about the clearinghouse. Now the parent got to research the clearinghouse. Now they got to pay for the clearinghouse. You know what I'm saying? Now we got to get all this stuff together. So it's a lot of challenges that I see after that. So I stay after when I leave. Like I just left St. Pete. I talk to a lot of kids. I pull up on their jobs, man, because like I say, this is my gift to the community. And what I'm supposed to be doing.
Headphones. Just the headphone knob.
So the challenges, if to answer the question, the challenges for them to just show up and play, it's crazy. It's crazy, man.
Okay, let me run some, right? Let me run some. This is how I got involved with Lakewood High School. Shout out to my nephew, Marquez, just went to the Bills.
Congratulations, USF Bulls. Horns up.
Yes, sir.
When he was at Lakewood, just like you said, my brother-in-law asked me, like, hey, man, you know, we need a donation from y'all. I'm like, donation for it? What's up? Can y'all pay for, you know, 1 or 2 of the pregame meals throughout the year? All right, cool, no problem. So that year, you know, it was my time offering, is my giving to the community. And I stepped back, I say, hold on. Why the hell we got to pay for their meals? We should be making money. So I stepped into that, and it's been a long ride. And I sit here and boast a lot of the time, like, yeah, I'm the #1 volunteer in Pinellas County Schools. And my efforts is minuscule when it comes to the sacrifices of these coaches. They there every day. I'm just there on the concession stand. They're there every day. They're dealing with all these issues. They're dealing with your son becoming a man. Mm-hmm. The biggest issue is parent participation. 2 people had to get together to make this child.
That's it. Come on now.
It's aunties, uncles, grandparents, friends, godparents. There's no reason why it shouldn't be 2 people to support this child throughout this continuous journey through high school.
Indeed.
Transfer portal. Y'all sit back and say, oh, my son going to the league. Your son ain't even going to a D1 school anymore, because D1 schools is only taking kids with college film. This high school film means nothing. So your child is going to get either a lower grade D1 school, or unless they're a 5-star recruit.
Right, exactly.
But they're going to get a lower grade D1 school offer, or a lot of D2 offers. They want to see them. They want to see college film on your child before they accept them. So our parents have to go back and make sure they can put themselves in. The minute that freshman year is business. Mm-hmm. Let's stop playing with our children. This is business. Your grades is business. Your social media is business. Mm-hmm. Your imagery is all business. Stop putting your child in the 14, 15 and up, and he a freshman in high school, so he can go out there and beat up on them little bitty boys and be a superstar. That's Cormani problem. That's Cormani McClain problem right now.
Yeah.
And when he's not, well, I speak on Lakewood. If your child do that and then he go to Lakewood and he don't get that JV spin, you're not going to even know the system, bro. You're not going to even know what the defense doing. That first year JV is the most important step for your child because for one, they're freshmen in high school's adjustments. So you got to stay on top of the grades and work out this football thing. And for two, sophomore year, bro, you in order to get to that 5-star status, you need to have your varsity spot.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Sophomore year. Why Lakewood got beat up last year? A lot of boys were sophomores and freshmen out there starting, bro. Sophomores and juniors. So we have to put a business into our children, and support them with a business mind state, or reach out to me and brother Donnie, and we can help you guide your child in it, because it's all going to tie together. Guidance and the media. That's why it's important. What he's doing is the media. We're creating our own media lane. Voice of the People, Town Big Breakfast Club is our own media lane. We can do what we want to do.
That's right.
That's right. And it's crazy. It's like you say, business, man. I put a post up a couple months ago saying, telling the kids like there was some new rules about how often the coaches could come to the practices now. So the post was to tell them like, okay, I understand you want to do the outside sports. It's essential that you do not miss any practices if you want to be recruited. I went to Largo the other day. One of the kids, the top players, he was out for track. You know what I'm saying? He came up to me. We took a picture and everything, but it was just, I understand you want to do track, and honestly, we need more track. So they might need to shift these boys need track, because back in the day, the best football players were the track runners.
Shout out, what I'm saying? Happy birthday to D-Rock. Happy birthday to Darren McClain.
Yeah, I played with them boys. I played with them boys, man. 99 to 2003, them boys on my team, and I looked up to them cats, man. I looked up to Darren. Man, listen, I looked up to him.
Yeah, Rock was a monster.
Yeah, I looked up to them boys, man. Like, them boys was hard workers. Like, we came in 9th grade, you had Donnie Davis, you had D-Rock, you had all them cats. They were seniors and juniors, and we just came in on JV, man, like we was finna learn. We had Pat Carter. He ended up being one of the best quarterbacks out there, but he played 2 years JV. Played 2 years JV.
But Cello was a monster.
You know what I'm saying?
He was bringing it.
Yeah, because these were, we came in, they was 9-1 one year. You know what I'm saying? The next year they were 5-5. We had Cello and all that, but the talent was there. We just had to get, you know what I'm saying? But the talent was there, but yeah, that's a business decision that has to be made now with the coaches, with that new rule and how limited the coaches are to scout the kids. You have to make a business decision on whether you go run track or whether you're a prospect and you're going to go out here and make sure you're at every practice. That's a business decision that had to be made. I made that post. A lot of parents loved it. You know what I'm saying? So those are the type of decisions that, and wise counsel is needed. I mean, even at my son's school, I saw a kid from here jump in the transfer portal. FCS All-American. He's from here. He jumped in the portal. You would have thought, hey, man, everybody go jump on him.
It's your film week.
And he, like I said, FCS All-American. It wasn't that. It's just that you jump in that portal, man. It's cats from USC, Florida, real deal in that portal. And, Long Island just jumped D1. And like I said, you're FCS All-American, but, man, now he's getting the lower tier schools all over hollering at him now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He's not getting no D1s, you know what I'm saying? And the first thing I remember when I spoke to one of the coaches about my son's school, and they just said wise counsel. Because my son went through the same thing. My son called me one day, was like, man, I want to come home. I told him, all right, take some time, think about it. I actually had a coach from here call up there and spoke with his coach.
Mm-hmm.
The coach told him why he got in my son's face, why he did it, and it was to push him. He wanted to see how he was going to respond. I knew when my son was telling me that's what it was, but I need somebody else to tell him. My son ended up being the spring player, got a trophy and everything, top spring player. And the coach told him, I wanted to see how you was going to respond when I got in your face that day. You didn't jump in the portal. You didn't do this. You didn't do that.
Testing
Next thing you know, 2 weeks later, you got taking a picture, man. You top spring player. So wise counsel is definitely needed. Parents, no pacifying, wise counsel, business only. You go to work, they go to work. We have a job to do. You know what I'm saying? And keep your options open, military, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Grades are very important. I'm at
The
CCC
most.
last night.
Yeah.
The
I'm
most.
talking. I'm on the sideline with scouts. I'm with South Dakota State. Troy was there. It was a whole bunch of different ones. Then they asked me about a kid named Javante Rich out of CCC, 4.0 student, Princeton, Cornell. All these cats are offering over 100 tackles. I'm telling them all these things. First thing I said was very, very intelligent. Princeton, Cornell they're offering. Ivy League schools offering. So you come in, yeah, you a good school, but this is a very smart kid. Father, very wise counsel. Very wise counsel. You know what I'm saying? So
your grades count on how much your parents have to pay when you're in school.
Yeah, man. I got a kid got off from Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech told this other kid who's more talented than him, we only going to go after kids with 3.5s or higher.
Mhm.
That's a quality offer. Navy, these are quality offers that you only grades are going to get you. So yeah, man. Start early, 9th grade, JV. Let's get it. Grade, stay focused. That's where it starts.
Yeah, y'all go watch my trends. Y'all watch what I do with my grandson. Well, I'm gonna get him an NIL deal in Little League, boy. Y'all got me. What? This boy 6 years old wearing 12-year-old clothing right now. You see, that boy this tall, bro. 6.
Oh wow.
Right, listen, the NIL deals gonna come before we hit high school. Y'all go ahead and pay us, bro. Like y'all want to. Okay, let me get off that.
Look forward.
Cross training. I'm not a fan of the 7-on-7. I see a lot of soft tissue injuries. Ankles, knees, ACLs. Boy, your feet. Well, you gotta take care of your feet, athletes. Everything starts with your feet. Cross training, like you say, the young man's running track, which is a great sport. It's so many different things you can do as far as cross training and keep your child on track. Offensive lineman, defensive lineman, boxing,
and
judo. I was finna say judo.
Yes, sir. You own it.
And rugby.
Yeah.
Lacrosse.
Which we would absolutely love, and I'm open.
Oh yeah, because he on lacrosse.
I kind of see myself as an ambassador.
Lacrosse,
I try to see myself as a bit of a lacrosse ambassador, right? My son is his second year playing, second year starting at Boca Ciega, the only lacrosse team in South County, right? So if more media attention could be placed there, the more hands we have in the pot, the better the soup, and that's in general. If the goal is to take young people to the next level, where they have next level opportunities, then we understand that the media is not just for football.
Right. Facts. Facts.
It's not just for
correct.
football.
Facts.
It's for golf, bowling, lacrosse, girls lacrosse, volleyball, basketball, which we have monster powerhouses. And St. Peter's always produce amazing baseball players who end up becoming real good football players or basketball players because they didn't get the look for the baseball look up. Cedric King, my dear friend, all my life. Amazing football player.
Great athlete. He was a great athlete.
Much better baseball player than anything.
Athlete.
And that's what his love was.
Fast.
That's what his love was on the diamond though. Said it started out from playing T-ball. Said it's a baseball player and a singer. But those two things, he was amazing at. He was an athlete so he can transition, right? But the focus, the focus. King Jab and I were talking about this, man. We don't look at the people who play golf.
No, you don't. And at that time, Gibbs was an excellent baseball program.
Gibbs had a monster.
At that time, you had Booth Barza coming out.
Big Booth.
At that time, Gibbs was the place for the South where the kids was coming. You had Dunedin, Seminole, and you had on the South, you had Gibbs. So it was no surprise that you had players playing baseball, and it was no surprise at all. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely understand that. And it's crazy because I'm trying to get grants now. We're trying to get grants so we can have a specific child at each school who is interested in journalism or anything being able to cover being able to cover that. Like
even work on that,
right?
Like
even if we could give them $50, you know what I'm saying? Just cover 3 hours, you know what I'm saying? Sports, that's $15 an hour. Even if we could do that, weekly or whatever, I would love to have somebody at every school, a one person at every school covering. Because when I was at Lakewood, we had a show called Fast Forward.
Yeah,
we had the CAT program. Man, listen, dog, when you came on there, you seen the football highlights, man. Like this is your news show. Y'all, this is like our sports center. Every Monday we watching this thing, man, and they talk about the sports, they talk about everything. And so that's why I remember all of these things. So that's where the thing was. I'm like, man, that's easy, Cat. You know what I'm saying? But they don't do that type of stuff no more. But that's at the time when Cat was, man, they were going to competitions, taking these kids to competitions and really competing.
That's the truth.
Man, I'm talking about Lakewood was doing such great things. So I would love to see them get back to that. But that lacrosse, people don't understand, man. Listen, boy, you could find some beast out there.
Let's do it.
That's where you could, man. You could go get some lacrosse boys, man, to put them on your football team.
And vice versa.
Like them boys, that's what Jim Brown, like some of the greatest players, boy, from up north, boy. They was on that lacrosse, boy, and them boys are.
That's true.
Them boys, and I would love to be able to look at Bogey tags me in a lot of stuff. A lot of schools they tag me and stuff, and I share it as much as I can. But man, it's hard being one person. That's what I'm saying? It's hard being one person, man. And so that's the goal now, is to become monetized so, we could pay people and make sure that this is something that everybody wants to continue to do. So that really is the goal. And that's really the only thing stopping us from covering more is being able to
baggage claim, please. Hey, we need to go to baggage claim. We got 2 minutes, so bro, I'm gonna double down with you. With all the, since we on sports, with all the alley oops and flea flickers going around, with all the alley oops and flea flickers, we definitely need immediate funding for this sports media, because it's not just putting the person on the ground as the face. It's putting the camera crew, sound behind them, the visual, the content has to be right. And it's all part of the business of giving your child and your athletes and your school different types of exposure. Because once it's parlayed into one sport, it's nothing to transition over to the next. And keep our kids informed, keep our parents informed, make something that's entertaining. Because believe it or not, that was my start into this media. It was 1992, Booker High School, Sarasota, Florida. I moved back from California to Sarasota because my grandmother was dying from cancer. Same thing you said. I had their highlights, they media, I'm doing cuts, I'm putting music to it, all of that. And I actually did the morning announcements there when I was there for that short amount of time. And I want to put kids in this space. I always use Dream as my example. All our kids ain't athletes either.
That's true.
So we got to put the other kids in the media space so that they can build their empire to expose the athletes. Same thing. Content is content. Bag claim, please. Any final thoughts, y'all?
I could say, just to piggyback off that real quick, it's the media is important, and I could say this: I run into so many coaches who tell me that their player is better than this player, and you know what? It don't be true. It is just the fact that you only see your player all the time. You ain't seen none of these other players that you talking about is better. You only see your player all the time. You haven't been seeing none of these other players that you talking about. He's better than. So that's one thing I tell our coaches all the time. They approach me. Oh, what about this? Man, listen. What about this guy? Oh, you ain't seen him play. So that's what we need to. That's one reason why I say we need to get more. Like man, if we can bring back what Bright House had in any type of capacity, that would be great.
We're finna do it. Hey, Brother Donnie?
Yes. You've been listening to The Voice of the People, WUJM 99.1 FM, 99 Jams, the Bird, Carafesta Radio. This has been a fantastic episode of Voice of the People. We'd like to thank our special guest, our brother Royce Wheeler. We'd like to thank King Jab. We'd like to thank Dream the Jeweler and ask you to join us again next week. Same cool time, same cool channel for The Voice of the People, 99 Jams.
Yes, sir.
WUJM, St. Petersburg, 99 Jams.
Gospel lover.